Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. With that being said, let's jump right on into the news. And the first thing I want to talk about this week is the title of the video, and that is Freestyle BMX is alive and well. And I love it, and that's perfectly represented by this first video that I want to talk about. You've probably already heard about it or seen it, but it's Trey Jones' backyard brawl from Shadow and Subrosa, and you just gotta watch this video because there's something awesome. And I think pure BMX to me is like making what you can out of what you have. And even though Trey can make whatever he wants in his backyard, he takes like 2x4s and a skateboard, and he's just modifying the simplest ramps other than the first full loop curve wall ride thing. He's modifying the simplest ramps that he has to make them even crazier with fire and 2x4s and skateboard stuff. You just have to watch the video to understand what I'm saying, but the point here is that freestyle is alive and well, and all you got to do to see it is open your eyes because it's literally everywhere. It's not all cookie cutter, same tricks, people doing all the same stuff with the same style. Freestyle's out there. We just have to pay attention to it and put that above all of the other trendy cookie cutter crap, which is totally cool too, I guess, but freestyle is way better. And this video is a great representation of it. And if everything that I just said wasn't enough to convince you, if you've seen Trey Jones' backyard, you've seen his curve wall ride, he made a full horizontal loop out of that curve wall ride, and someone makes it happen in this video. Definitely got to check this one out. And after that, we've got a bunch of sponsorship news in the way of several welcome to blank company videos. And the first one I want to talk about is one of the main videos I wanted to talk about this week, and that is Hobie Doan's Welcome to Kink Pro video. I think a lot of people were left wondering what the heck's going on whenever he joined S&M and then abruptly left S&M, or however that situation went down. Not really sure, don't really care, because he's on Kink Pro now, and it came with this 1-minute video which was on their Instagram. It's on their YouTube page, which you can find a YouTube link in the description down below, as well as links to everything else that I've talked about and I'm going to talk about in today's news video. But this video, I'm presuming, was filmed pretty quickly, and there's a ton of bangers in the video, including the last clip, which is a pretty gnarly manual 180 down a pretty high up and steep ledge. He's definitely found a good home with Kink, and I would say that they are one of the brands and companies out there right now who are hustling hard and doing a lot to try and make the best quality stuff that they can and the best media that they can, pictures and videos. And Daryl Taco's making really awesome videos, and they're just putting a lot of thought into what they're doing, and it shows, and I'm glad to see Hobie on the team to help them do that. After that, we've got another video that has to do with Kink, and that is Dennis Moeller's Welcome to Traffic video. This is him being welcomed to the Traffic distribution family, and then through them, he's hooked up with Kink, and it's on Kink's YouTube channel. After that, we've got one that was uploaded to Our BMX, and that is Kai Schulte's Welcome to Radio Bikes edit, or it's a Radio Bikes video, and he rides for Radio Bikes now. I don't know if it was specifically a Welcome to Radio Bikes edit, but this one has an Elvis Presley song to it, so you might find that one interesting to watch that kind of riding to an Elvis song. After that, we've got a video welcoming Chucky Covey to the Nowear BMX team. If you've never heard of this dude, front flips and crazy tricks are exactly what he's all about. He does some crazy front flips in this one, and he even does a trick that I believe he invented, because who else is going to do this? A front flip tuck no hander double hand plant over a box jump. And if that makes no sense and you didn't watch the video whenever he did one however many months ago that was, there's a clip of it in this video and a whole bunch of other crazy riding that you'll probably enjoy, and it's definitely way different than all of the other sponsored videos that I've talked about this week. We've got some contests and jam news in the form of a whole bunch of jam highlights videos. The first one is of the Kareems World Rideout, which happened in Dallas. Then we had a video from the Dead Sailor Easter Jam 2019 video over in the UK. It was a highlights video. Then we got Dub Jam 2019 Liverpool highlights, as well as some highlights from the DIY BMX World Stop #1 at the Lost Bowl from Dig and FBM, followed by a little bit late of a highlights video from Swampfest Swampfest from GT. And that brings us into the videos from this week. The first one that I want to talk about has 44,883 views as of the time of recording this right now, and it is Lewis Mills' Eclat video. I don't really know where to start with this video, to be honest. I guess I'll start with a question. What do you guys think about these super insane tech videos where it's just crazy trick that's like insane technically hard trick after crazy insane technically hard trick? The B-roll is you getting flipped off by the person riding because you as the viewer wants to be flipped off, I guess. I don't know, but I think I enjoyed the second half of this video more than the like banger riding section of this video, because there's actually personality there. Yes, everything that was in there was so crazy, and all of it is stuff that probably him and Garrett Reynolds are the only people who could do it, or there's only a handful of people who could do those tricks. But it's like, to me, it was kind of boring to watch until all of the B-roll stuff started to come in and we got a little bit more insight into the situations at hand. It's probably just my personal preference, and I'm sure that there's people out there who are super into those crazy riding videos, obviously with the fact that it's got 45,000 views on it. So I'm curious to hear what other people think, not to take anything away from Lewis because his riding is completely on a whole nother level. That's why he rides for Garrett's company Fiend, and he's making videos like this that get 45,000 views. I'm just curious what other people think, and let me know in the comments down below. After that is Matt Nordstrom's No Kickflips video. I watched this one earlier in the week when it came out, and I was somewhat surprised to find kickflips in the video because they made this huge campaign for no kickflips, and they called the video No Kickflips and whatnot, but there was a whole bunch of kick or crank flips in this video, so I was a little bit confused. Either way though, Matt Nordstrom is crazy riding, and it's another one of those situations where it's crazy super technical trick after crazy super technical trick. This one was a little bit different when I was watching it because he's using crank flips in places where a lot of people would put bar spins or some other trick. Also, I just remembered that in Lewis's video, he did a double peg hard 180 tail whip off of a flat rail that was like 3 feet high, which is kind of crazy. I just remembered that and wanted to point those out. But Matt is doing tons of crazy crank flip and bar spins and one-handed X-ups, and basically just a perfect representation of new school BMX riding. And if that's something that you're into, you'll probably like this video. And after that, we've got a complete 180 from the first two videos that I talked about, and this one is from Kohl, Denney. It's called Classic Hits. If you guys remember, a while ago there was a guy who was jumping insane stuff like in the middle of the road in front of his house over cars with wooden ramps that looked like they were barely put together. If you guys remember that guy, I'm pretty sure this is him because it looks like the exact same spot for some of these things, but it's got freestyle motocross high air, just jumping insane jumps on a dirt bike, as well as all of the crazy BMX stuff. And he does seriously some insane stuff in this video, and it's another video just like with Trey Jones where it proves that freestyle is alive and well when you look in the right places. And it's kind of a shame that this video only has 123 views on it, whenever this one is so insane and so creative, literally, because he's holding up jumps with logs and a grill, and they're barely put together. The dude is just going full throttle insanity all the time in this one, and I'm pretty sure that if you watch this one, you're going to enjoy it. After that is a couple videos that I just want to mention. The first one is a drop the pin video from Our BMX. This is the first one since it became Our BMX. This one is featuring the Madera team, or a few guys from Madera. They are in South LA. After that is a Hot Wheels challenge video where Spencer Forsman challenges Ben Weber Kramer to do a double bar spin up the step up in the outdoor street section at Woodward East. From there, we've got several bike checks this week. The first one is one that you're probably going to care about because I have an older demographic who watches this, and it is Ruben Alcantara's 2019 video bike check. To be completely honest, I normally don't watch the bike check videos, I just talk about them. This time I actually watched Ruben's bike check, and I'm pretty glad I did because it's pretty cool to see someone who has so much insight and he's so in tune with the way the bike is set up, from his signature frame from Terrible One that has very specific geometry to the brakes and how they've designed them and set them up so they can be very specific and dialed in exactly the way he wants them to be, and just all of the stuff he talked about on his bike, as well as this is not just a bike check. There is some riding clips in here, so I definitely think if you guys are Ruben fans, which I'm sure most of you are, you're gonna enjoy this one. And after that, for everyone else, there's a Chad Kerley video bike check where he goes over his bike, and there's some riding clips in that one as well, followed by a Josh Dove bike check from Colony. If you guys paid attention to the 5-Dock Vans BMX Pro Cup stop, Josh Dove did an absolutely amazing job there and everyone was hyped on him. So Colony has a bike check up for him on their website. Then after that, the last bike check, or kind of bike check I guess, comes from Fit, and it's Ethan Corriere's sleeper bike build, and it's kind of just a flip book of pictures, not as much a bike check. Either way though, there's a link in the description below if you want to check it out. So that brings us to the one and only product related thing to talk about this week, and that is Matt Ray's VVS stem promo video from Shadow. This is a front load stem with modern geometry that Matt wanted because they say he's very particular about his setup. He wanted optimum bar position, so they gave it to him with this stem, and if you check out the video, the geometry of it is in the description of it. After that, we've got a couple interviews to talk about this week, or podcasts and interviews. The first one is an Odyssey BMX 10 spot with Jacob Cable, followed by another Imprimatur podcast, this time with Jeff Z. This was recorded before Ride was shut down basically, so keep that in mind whenever you listen to it. And then we've got another rollback podcast, this time with Mike Spinner. They do a lot of talking about business and things related to business within BMX, and no matter what people say about Mike Spinner or how they perceive him or anything like that, or how much they hate them, there's no taking away the amount of insight that is in this video and just stuff that people in general probably don't think about within BMX, and stuff that they probably should think about. With that being said, I'm pretty sure that's the last thing I have to talk about this week. Yes, it's the last thing that I have to talk about this week. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, or you have anything that you guys want to add to the conversation or talk about any of this stuff, let's talk about how awesome freestyle is and how it's definitely alive and well in the comments down below, or anything else. Leave your thoughts. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. I make these BMX news videos every Friday with tips and tricks videos on Tuesdays and other types of riding videos and streams throughout the week. Thank you guys again for being here and watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.